Hey, what is going on, my Geminis? Butch here. I am going to do your September read. It is for the month of September. It is a general read. It is for your Sun, Moon, Rising, and your Venus. For all you cross watchers, roles can be reversed. Always feel free to comment down below. I generally focus on love. I'm a hopeless romantic, and it's just kind of something that comes out of me. But if I see it, I'm going to call it out, no matter what it is. So, I mean, if it's all about love, it's all about love. If it's about love and career, if it's love and stability, we're going to say whatever needs to be said. Using the Tarot of Dreams. All that being said, let's get it. Universe, what message do we have for Gemini for September 2024? All right, Geminis. First things first, Gemini. I feel like there's this connection that you have. I feel like there's a very strong connection you have with someone, and I feel like with this person, I feel like this incredibly open connection. I don't mean open like there's other people involved. I mean open like you're open with each other. I see such an open communication with this person, and there's no secrets. You don't feel, not to say there's no secrets, but you don't feel the need to have secrets with this person, and this person doesn't have secrets with you. They don't feel tied down by that, and that just shows the depth of this connection right off the start. Very few people in life that we can have a connection with that we feel completely that we can be open with them. Like we feel it all the way through our core. Like there's nothing that you could tell the other person that they wouldn't understand or they wouldn't accept. I just feel like you see each other differently. You have this, it's a true love connection. We have these two swans looking into each other, creating that heart. It's that lifelong bond that you have with this person. And I feel like, yes, we have an incredible amount of love. Like I said, it's that true love, and it's. I know I used this quote before, and I have to use it right now. It's the moment you met this person or meet this person, it's you recognize them. It's like that. The quote that I actually put it on my channel at one point was, Soulmates are the strangers that you recognize. You know, and I feel like you always knew there was something different about this person. You know, I feel like you have this incredibly deep friendship that, you know, like sometimes we get with people when you have a great sexual connection and that's it. Or we have this pretty open mental connection and that's it. But with this, I feel like it kind of touches all the areas. And I feel like sometimes, honestly, what I see with this, sometimes I feel like it's a bit scary. You know, I feel like you're very vulnerable with this person. And the closer you get to each other, the more vulnerable you become with each other. And like I said, but there's no secrets that you can hide from this person. And it's not the sense that you've told, like I said, it's not that you've told each other everything. It's that nothing's going to change how you feel about each other in a negative way. But I do see a little bit of a dilemma here. I see some anxiety. And I feel like it's because with this person, it's like, I feel like your intuition already told you. Maybe you didn't listen, or maybe you did listen. Your intuition is telling you that this is your person. You know, this is your soulmate. This is your twin flame. This is the person you were meant to be with. And sometimes that can be scary as shit. Because when we feel that deeply for someone, we give them the power to hurt us. Even if they would never hurt us. And that's what's part of the being vulnerable with someone. But you can't be completely connected to someone unless you're vulnerable with them. And it's all about the establishment of trust. It's about trusting each other. It's about being there for each other. It's about trusting how you feel when you're around them. Not just how they make you feel, but how you feel when you're with this person. You know, but I feel like there is some anxiety because I feel like this is something. It's like committing to go to school for something that you're committing everything into. You're putting everything, all your effort, all your money, all your time into it. And worrying that what happens if I'm not good enough at it, or what happens if I fail, or what happens if it doesn't work. Sometimes we have these like thoughts in our brain and we're scared. It's scary falling deeply in love with someone. It's terrifying sometimes because we're giving someone power in our world. In a world that we usually are we're the king, the queen, the rulers in our own world. And, you know, when we're giving someone else a set of keys to the kingdom, it's like, what are they going to do with that? And I feel like part of the reason why there is this anxiety, because I feel like with this person, I don't feel like it's always smooth sailing. I feel like you clash. You know, I feel like this person pisses you off sometimes, and there's a big but here. But for some reason, they never piss you off enough to make you not want to be there. Just like you don't piss them off enough to not want to be there. Neither one of you are giving up on this. You know, I see this person constantly putting in the effort. And they constantly will. Because like I said in the beginning, I mean, this person loves you. That's clear. You know, this person isn't walking away from this. This person doesn't want to walk away from this. Person is here. They're here to stay. You know, and I feel like sometimes they piss you off because we do have the Knight of Wands, which is that Sagittarius energy. So I feel like sometimes they are a little bit hot under the collar, and I feel like they're a bit impulsive sometimes, and I feel like sometimes they piss you off. But that's the great thing about this connection. I feel like no matter how much you piss each other off, it doesn't change how you feel. You know, I don't see how you feel changing. You still care about each other. You still care very deeply about each other. And we continue to grow. And I mean, like I said, This person thinks about you and only you. You know, I feel like the open and honest connection that you have with this person is something that neither one of you truly felt before. And it's a bit scary when we go to some new grounds. You know, it's like if you were to get up tomorrow and move across the world. It's going to be scary at first because it's new. You've never been there before, so you don't know. But like I said, it's very honest. You know, this person thinks about you and only you. You're the only one for them. You know, this person loves the shit out of you. They're connected to you. And I feel like one of the things that I see is, like I said, the only thing I see in the negative here is that, like, that anxiety, because I feel like we're about to take a big step forward. You know, and I feel like it's the freedom. On the other side of fear is everything you wanted. Just like in this case, there may be some fear, there may be some anxiety, but on the other side of that is everything you ever wanted. And it's right there for the taking. You know, trust your intuition. Because I feel like there's this big step coming for the two of you. And I feel like it can be a bit scary because it's like you're committing. You know, and sometimes we can always, even the longer we go without a real connection with someone, the longer the harder it is to get into the connection, because we get so used to being that lone wolf or that person that's kind of like the alien on a planet. Like they don't really, they really have no, they don't feel that connection to the point where it feels like another person from their planet. You know what I mean? But I feel like with this person, it's that freedom. You know, there's that connection that you have with this person is like no other. So everything you feel moving forward is going to be like no other. You know, it's like being poor your whole life and then one day winning the lottery, and then all of a sudden you see things that you never even thought existed. It doesn't mean they're not real. It just means you don't know about it yet. But I see a strong commitment coming from the two of you. For some of you, it could be marriage. For others, it could be moving in together. I mean, I just see this moving forward, taking a big, huge step forward in your connection. And I see a lot of balance coming with that. I mean, we have the Temperance, that Sagittarius energy. We also have the Nine of Cups, that emotional fulfillment. You know, this is what you both want. You're not in this alone. I don't feel like you're in this alone anymore at all. You know, I feel like you're stronger together. And sometimes before you take the biggest step can be the scariest. Like I said, it's like that. The definition of courage is not absence of fear. It's moving forward even though there is fear. And this is scary. It's scary for the both of you, but there's nothing to be afraid of here. I mean, we have this Empress and Emperor energy, that King and the Queen and the Queen, the King and the King. I mean, they're here. And I mean, like I said earlier, don't be afraid of giving them the key to the kingdom. You know, a lot of times, like I said, I feel like sometimes they piss you off, and I feel like there is some turmoil between the two of you, and I feel like there's a lot of intense energy between the two of you, and I feel like it's a buildup of things that haven't been said that need to be said. It's partly that. It's partly you're both in new territory, and you're both a little bit fearful of that. Like I said, I see a big commitment coming and a big decision on the way. And, you know, it's like when you get married, people say you get cold feet. It doesn't mean you don't want to marry the person. It's just you get a little worried. Like, what if we get married and it doesn't work out? Or what if What this is telling me in a nutshell is don't even acknowledge the what ifs here. I see no red flags. I see no issues. I don't see. I mean, yeah, you piss each other off sometimes, but who doesn't? Because I see you getting over it every time. You know, and it puts a little passion. Makes you can't have makeup sex if you don't ever fight. That's just a tidbit from me. But like I said, I mean, this devil card is just I feel like it's really the icing on the cake here. It's just like the release. You know, we have this person and they're here and in this bird cage. I don't know what the bird cage, but it's a bird cage and the door is swung open. So you can go. You can free yourself from this. You know, and I feel like this anxiety and all that stuff was the bird cage. You know, I feel like that fear is the bird cage. You're free from it. You can just walk out now. You know, don't let it hold you back from the future that you deserve. The future that is waiting right there for you. Like I said, together you're strong. Very strong. And sometimes we feel like we're walking around in a planet that isn't ours because we feel alone a lot of times. But I feel like with this person, you don't feel alone. You know, and it's a big commitment, taking the next step forward. But from here, I don't see it as a risk at all. You know, I see the only thing you stand to lose is not moving forward. You know, feeding into the fear. There's fight or flight scenarios in our life that come up. Sometimes we should choose flight. Not this one. You know, I feel like this is a fight that you're going to win. And I feel like on the other side, that win is going to seem real nice. Like I said, when you get to that point where it's time to move forward in a connection, it's like there can be that fear, like, you know, maybe they are hiding something from us, but that's all overthinking. You know, the fear that you may love them more than they love you, or the fear that you're going to give everything to this person and they're going to leave you hanging. That's that negative voice that we need to learn to shut out because it wants us to be unhappy. You know, and it's kind of like I said, a lot of people, you have your intuition. Your intuition is always telling you what you need to hear. It's not always going to tell you what you want to hear. But on the opposite side, I feel like there's also this I don't want to say inner voice, but I feel like there's always this background noise of the things you don't need to hear, causing issues where there is no issues. You know, a lot of people sabotage relationships because of that voice, because of the uncertainty, because of the overthinking. What I see here is something that doesn't need to be overthought. It doesn't need to be underthought. Just live it. You know, you have your lover, your best friend, your confidant, your soulmate, your twin flame. I mean, it's all in one. It's right there for you. With this person, we have Aries, Sagittarius. We have some Cancer, some Pisces. We also have Capricorn and Virgo. We do have some Aquarius and Gemini as well. You know, like I said, it's like that in love. It's the best metaphor I could possibly think of. It is moving across the world, and it's uncomfortable because you don't know it. True love is different than any other love. You can love multiple people, but I feel like true love is something that is very different than love. You can love multiple people, but your true love is something that it's going to be different because it's not like just love. You think about it, and you always see those things when you get like packages. You go to the spa and there's a silver package, the bronze package, the gold package, and the platinum package. Well, if you think of love as like the gold package, now you think of true love as a platinum package. It's got all the bells and whistles. There's many times in life that we love people that either aren't ready for it or just don't share it with us. And it's not that you didn't feel love. It wasn't true love, though. True love is not one-sided. Regular love can be very one-sided. Lots of people love someone that doesn't love them back and may never love them back. But true love is a love that is reciprocated. Now, I'm not saying everybody that's truly in love with you is going to tell you. A lot of people fight it for many reasons, and I'm not going to get into it because I feel like this video would be about an hour and a half long. But true love is very different. It's the platinum package of love. You get that nice comfy house coat, you get the slippers, you get the foot massages. It's all of it. That might have been the worst metaphor, I don't know. I was trying to think of something though. It's like if you think about it, and because I felt love before I met my partner. Before I met her, I know I felt love, but it was nothing like what I felt when I was with her. And this kind of resonates to the point where I'm sure I pissed her off. I'm a little hot-headed. She's a little hot-headed. She's a Gemini. I'm a Sagittarius. But the thing I love about our connection, one of the many things I love, is that we can fight with the best of them, but we can love with the best of them too. We piss each other off sometimes, but we get over it very quickly. And like I said, making up is sometimes worth every bit of it. But like, again, compatibility, I mean, we're very open with each other. I don't think I've ever, okay, let me correct that. I've never been as open with her as, with anybody else. Friends, relationships, even family. I don't know if I've told her everything there is to tell her, but I know that I'm not afraid to tell her anything. And I feel like she's like that with me because we told each other some hard truths before, but that just shows the depth of her honesty. And sometimes it sucks hearing things you don't want to hear, or sometimes it's hurtful, but when you have that level of understanding and acceptance and truth with someone, there's nothing like that. But anyway, be good. Take care. Stay safe.